Ndị be anyị ekeneni m unu n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị sị na ya dịrị ndị Igbo na mma. Dịka o si dị, ihe a bụ Igbo Media ka anyị si wee na-ewetara unu ya bụ nnukwu ozi dị oke mkpa gbasata maka ana Igbo and Igbo community and ihe debe na Nigeria. Ya bụ ife ka anyị na-ewetara unu na Igbo Media. Dịka isi wee na-esole anyị, ọ bụ na nke a bụ ụbọchị izizi gị ị na-abịa n'ilu akwụkwọ na Igbo Media. Kabaru ka subscribe and turn on your notification ka ị miss any of our updates dịka anyị na-etikwu ya n'iru akwụkwọ kwa mgbe. Dịka o si dị, o nwere ya wetara n'ụbọchị nke taa gbasata maka ka ya bụ ife si ada and gbasata maka ka ya bụ ife si akpọtụ n'ala Igbo. Biko mma achọ ka ige ya bụ ife. Ihe a bụ ihe Biafran Chief of Staff bụ Gazi Oraboi kwuru n'iru akwụkwọ gbasata maka ka o si ada na Finland and gbasata maka Biafran Prime Minister Maazị Simon Ekpa. So igecha ya bụ ife idropụra ife iche n'iru akwụkwọ gbasata maka ihe bụ ife ndị a niile okwu. All right, over to you.
But against the world.
If you do not believe in what we are doing, then you better get out. We're not going to stop.
Going to lower the flag of Nigeria and raise the flag of the United States of...
Welcome, fellow Biafrans, to this amazing program. Thank you so much for joining wherever you are joining from. Please like and share to all platforms, share to family and friends, share to everyone that you can be able to reach so that we can be able to pass this message to the ends of the world. My fellow Biafran, we have come once again to deliver a message. On this episode, we want to present to you a message that was delivered by the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Gazi Oraboi. I want you to pay attention to this extraordinary message that the Deputy Prime Minister delivered. After watching this program, your life will not remain the same. You will see our Deputy Prime Minister explaining and bringing some arguments to an end. Explaining and telling you certain things that you do not know. Some of us do not know how far or who she is. I want you to pay attention. From the beginning to the end, at the end of this program, you will not have any doubt about Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Gazi Oraboi. Wherever you are, put on your seatbelt, watch closely, and let us hear the message that she has for us, a very warm message that after listening to it, you will have no reason to doubt anymore. Let's sit and watch, hear from the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Gazi Oraboi.
I want to use this opportunity to recognize our leader, NNAMDI. We all watched the court proceedings yesterday in the Nigeria court, where our leader Nnamdi Kanu has been held for almost 5 years right now for nothing, for doing nothing. He's being held by the Nigeria state. All of us are already aware nothing good will come out of the Nigerian state. Because of our leader, Onyendu, we do what we do today. And because of him and our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, Biafra is a sovereign nation today. All glory goes to both of them for the role they played to ensure that Biafra is a free nation. And there are other leaders, so many of them, so many Biafrans, warriors that have played a role privately or publicly to ensure that our independence was restored on November 29th, 2024 in Lahti, Finland. Today, United States of Biafra is a free nation. We will continue to defend our land. Nobody is going to do that for us. Currently, the Nigerian state is occupying a foreign land. Even after all the notifications to the Nigerian state that the United States of Biafra has declared their independence on November 29, we declared we were a country before 1967 to 1970. We redeclared our nation November 29, 2024. That information has been passed on to the Nigerian state, headed by President Tinubu and Defense Chief Christopher Musa. We have peacefully informed them that the United States of Biafra is at this point a sovereign state. They must withdraw every Nigerian entity in the United States of Biafra territory. They must do that. There is no reason why any element of Nigerian state will still be existing in the United States of Biafra territory at this point. Because we've met all the criteria for an independent nation. We are an independent nation. We conducted a self-referendum where over 50 million Biafrans have voted to exit Nigeria, both online and physically in the 40 states of the United States of Biafra. We have a mapped out geographical area with ethnic and cultural orientation that are peculiar to our people. We are building our allies, both those that recognize Biafra as a nation between 1967 and 1960 and never resigned on that. They are our allies. All of them have been informed of the redeclaration of the United States of Biafra, and they are fully in support of this new beautiful nation of ours. I want to use this opportunity to thank Onyendu and let him be resilient. Do not be moved. Do not be moved. What the Nigerian terrorist state do to you, they can do to any of us. Do not be moved. They have no case against NNAMDI Kanu. They have no case against Onyendu NNAMDI Kanu. To start with, the Nigerian state colluded with Kenya and renditioned a British citizen, NNAMDI Kanu, from Kenya and dumped him in Nigeria, blindfolded him, beat him up, moved him into Nigeria. That is a terrorist act. And Nigeria is trying to try NNAMDI Kanu for terrorism, inciting the people. How can a terrorist state try our Onyendu NNAMDI Kanu of terrorism? Why? We are the one that kidnapped him from Kenya, renditioned him to Nigeria. What terrorist act is bigger than that? So, as of today, Nigeria has no local standing to try NNAMDI Kanu for anything because they kidnapped him from Kenya. That is an act of terrorism. It is a law, not just by Nigeria, by all international standards. Nigeria does not stand, does not have the power to try NNAMDI Kanu. So they've broken all international laws. Nigeria does not respect any international law of which they signed. They signed to be part of. All these charters, Nigeria put their signature here, but they've broken those laws. Nigeria should be expelled from all United Nations, African Union, ECOWAS unions, because they do not respect the treaties they signed with these bodies. About three courts in Nigeria have tried the case between NNAMDI Kanu and the Nigerian state. And NNAMDI Kanu won in those three courts. And the courts have told the Nigerian state to release Nnamdi Kanu and compensate him. Till today, Nigeria has not done that. They are still holding him because they do not want the United States of Biafra to be a free nation. Thank God, today we are a free nation. The United Nations set up a committee to look into the case of Nnamdi Kanu and the Nigerian state after Nigeria moved Nnamdi Kanu to Kenya, to move the Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya to Nigeria. The United Nations Committee on Extraordinary Rendition told Nigeria to release Nnamdi Kanu and compensate him. United Nations, did Nigeria do that? No, because Nigeria is a lawless state that does not respect. They do not respect the rule of law. They do not respect the treaties they signed with the United Nations. United Nations, I'm calling on you to expel Nigeria from being a member of the United Nations because they have flouted this order that you gave to them to release Nnamdi Kanu and compensate him. Nigeria has refused to do that. So United Nations, I'm asking you today, what action have you taken against the Nigerian state to ensure that we, the new nation, like United States of Biafra, we have confidence in you. We can obey the rules that you set up. So we are waiting for you to take that action against the Nigerian state, for you to earn your integrity in the world, for other countries in the world to trust you, for other countries in the world to look up to you as a nation that not just bark, but bites. We are waiting for you to do that. Because Nigeria have refused your recommendations and your order for them to release Nnamdi Kanu. They are trying him today. Yesterday, Friday, he was in Nigerian court, despite the order from you, the United Nations. You need to call Tinubu and Christopher Musa to order as quickly as possible for the world to continue to respect you, United Nations. I also want to use this opportunity to recognize our Prime Minister, His Excellency Obato Vietnam, Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, who is still being questioned by Finland as we speak for almost 5 months, restricted by Finland as we speak, because Finland colluded with Nigeria to start questioning our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, for incitement, terrorism, whatever they call it, that the Nigeria bribery state, the Nigerian terrorist state, reported to Finland. And then Finland, our Prime Minister reported the abuses, the human rights abuses of the Nigerian state to you, Finland. So Finland, you are going to meet Biafrans in the European Union Human Rights Court, because those human rights abuses reported to you by our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, you, Finland, you're supposed to report it to the European Union Human Rights Commission. Did you do that? Finland, did you do that? Did you make that report? All the abuses, all the killings, all the extraordinary removal, all the forceful removal of innocent Biafrans from their homes, from their communities, and they end up being dead, harvesting their organ. Simon Ekpa reported that to you, Finland. What did you do? What did you do with those information? Did you keep it to yourselves? Did you hide it? Then when the Nigeria state, Christopher Musa, came to report to you that Simon Ekpa is a terrorist, you jumped into, you clamped him down. You took him away and you are questioning him in seclusion for almost 5 months in deplorable condition. You isolated him. So where is the justice in the world? Finland. You did not report those human rights abuses, and you signed a charter, you signed a treaty to make the world a better place, to report those human rights abuses. The ones that Simon Ekpa reported to you, Finland, why didn't you report it to the European Union Human Rights Commission? You will answer to that. So we thank you, our Prime Minister, Obatoobie Simon Ekpa, for being resolute. Stand your ground. Nothing will happen. United States of Biafra is already here. And at the right time, we will take the right steps to ensure that Finland have no other choice. They can't have a choice than to let you go immediately. And it's coming to that point. The same thing with our NNAMDI. It will happen. Because some of you, the language you understand is force. The charters most of you signed to make the world a better place. You are abusing them, and we will stop you from abusing them. Finland and Nigeria and Kenya. Any country at all that tries to make the world a terrorist state like Nigeria. I thank all the cabinet members present here, all the secretaries that are working round the clock behind the scene to ensure that the United States of Biafra protect their land and start serving our people in our homeland as quickly as possible. I want to thank the Biafra Liberation Army, the Biafra Defense Forces, our commanders in the 40 states of Biafra, our commanders in the 15 counties of the 40 states, our commanders in the district and ward levels. Thank you so much for what you do. The generals that are commanding homeland, we thank you for what you do to protect our land from the reintegrated and rehabilitated terrorists brought in by the Nigerian state to displace, to kill, to take over our land, burn our homes. I want to let the whole world know, Nigeria state reintegrates non-terrorists like Boko Haram, ISWAP, into the Nigerian community. Hire them in the army and the police. Arm them with AK-47. And what do? They think they will change. Nigeria, Christopher Musa, you think the terrorists will ever change and become normal? So what do? They arm them, they hire them into the Nigerian military and police, because most indigenous Nigerians, they do not go into Nigerian police and army anymore. How can you go to war with reintegrated terrorists who are going to eliminate you and shoot you from the back and take over your home? So most indigenous Nigerians, you don't see them in Nigerian military and police anymore. It is those reintegrated terrorists that they bring in to help them win and secure election, continue to be in leadership. Those are the ones they recruit into police and military. Give them AK-47 to carry out their agenda, which is basically the Islamization of the whole country. Biafrans are Christians, Biafrans are traditionalists, and Biafrans are Judaists. But the Nigerian state wants to Islamize us. That is what Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa has said. No, that will not happen. Biafrans, over 50 million Biafrans have said, no, that will never happen. Not under our watch. That will never happen. So I thank the generals. I thank our Biafran army. There is only one United States of Biafra government, led by our leader Nnamdi Kanu, by our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, and my humble self, Dr. Oraboi. Only one government. Nothing else. Those that operate in the black market, you can join them. There is only one government. Anybody that comes out to tell you, oh, there is two governments, these are the criminals paid by the Nigerian state. to disrupt what our leader NNAMDI Obi has set in place. This template is a straightforward template. Nobody can tamper with that. Anyone that get distracted by these criminals parading themselves as something else, you have yourself to blame. So I think the defense forces, 99% of the United States of Biafra Defense Forces, Biafra Liberation Army are under the United States of Biafra government, governed from the whole land by the generals and the commandos. They are fully in charge. That is the template set by our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa. I want to also use this opportunity to thank all our media, both the new media and our wonderful United States of Biafra government media. Liaison heads, the mission heads, the administrators in the United States of Biafra, the state administrators, the 40 state governors and their executives. I thank you so much for what you do. We are very, very happy for what you do. I thank everyone. Earlier, I saw the video where Arise News was showing the Plateau State killings. And I'll say Arise News. Now, it is time for you to show the killings by the Nigerian state. The reintegrated terrorists they hire, they give them homes, they give them money, they give them food items, and they displace innocent indigents from their homes, kill them and chase them away. Arise News, I heard when you said, oh, your news, you don't carry anything about Biafra. When you were in Washington, D.C. during Donald Trump's inauguration, I saw you, I watched you. When you said, oh, you don't talk about anything like Biafra. No, that's not what you talk about, disgracing yourself. But now you see the killings going on in Plateau State by the Nigerian state, and you were interviewing the poor woman. I thought you said you're not interested in things like that. Why are you interviewing the poor woman? You think Biafra have a different message, or Biafra has a different message from the same person you've interviewed in that your channel? The poor woman invaded their homes. The eyewitness that said during the attack, nobody from the Nigerian security came to help them. That is what Nigerians go through every single day. Thousands of Christians are murdered every day, killed every day. And what has Christopher Musa said about it? What has Tinubu, the Nigerian president, said about it? No, nothing. They keep mute. And they will come to America, to London, to ask them for resources to fight terrorism. No, do not give them anything. Nigeria is the terrorist itself. And any country in the world that gives any resources to Nigeria, you are promoting terrorism, because those resources you gave them, whether financial, whether arms, is going to end up in the hand of terrorists. Know it. I know you know the story. Do not let Nigerian state deceive you. They are not fighting terrorism. Nigerian state, Christopher Musa, Tinubu is the real terrorist, and all their agents and their politicians, some of them, they are the real terrorists, because they all voted for a law that reintegrates non-terrorists into Nigeria. So you will be a fool to be giving arms and support to the Nigerian government in any form. Nigeria is already a failed state. Nothing will stop the breakup of Nigeria. So any money you put into that country is a pure waste. So Arise News, you should be ashamed of yourself. After you said you don't want to talk about Biafra, but you are talking about the killings in Plateau State. Is it not the same thing? What Biafra is talking about, fighting for, is the same thing. Secure our land from reintegrated terrorists that come over to kill us. That's exactly what happened in Plateau State. Hundreds of innocent Christians killed. And you have the God to be interviewing them. So I thank you, Biafrans. This is Memorial Month, May. Our Washington, D.C. event is coming up on 30th May. We expect to see many, hundreds of Biafrans in Washington, D.C. on May the 30th to celebrate our heroes and heroines that lost their lives and make it possible for us to be where we are today. We are also going to launch our Washington, D.C. embassy and also have a peaceful summit. And I thank all the different Biafran groups that have responded to be present during this peace summit. It's only one country. It's only one nation. All of us must join hands today, must join our hands together to ensure we drive these reintegrated terrorists wearing Nigerian military and police uniform in our land. We will drive them away. We've already given them the notice to leave our land peacefully, peacefully. We want to exist side by side with our Nigerian neighboring state without any problem. It is for their own good, for their own interest to leave our land. Today, Biafra is a sovereign state. They must leave. Biafrans, our survival whistle. Thousands have been delivered in homeland. Thousands have been delivered across the diaspora. And in the next couple of weeks, we are going to start distributing the survival whistle to over 70 million Biafrans in homeland. Biafrans abroad, you should also have your survival whistle. It's going to be our symbol, our identity. We've been killed enough. So when you meet each other anywhere, put it in your keychain, put it in your key holder, anywhere. Carry it in your purse. Our survival whistle tells our story. Nigeria has killed millions of Biafrans. Our young men and women are languishing today across different cells in Nigeria and in Biafran land for nothing. They have not done anything except being Biafrans. They've not done anything except stating they do not want to live in the same country where you reintegrate and rehabilitate non-terrorists because they will eventually kill them. That's all Biafrans are saying. They do not want to be part of that. So the survival whistle must be carried by all Biafrans across the world. We will start the distribution in the next couple of weeks, and this whistle will serve as a lifesaver for all Biafrans. You will blow it when you see these Fulani terrorists that are in our land, destroying our farms, destroying our economic resources, killing our people, forcefully kidnapping our people, occupying our lands. You will blow the whistle. And every single Biafran, once you hear the whistle, you blow it and continue blowing it and keep moving to that venue where that whistle is being sounded. It is an alert mechanism. We will use it to save our lives. Before the distribution starts, we'll have a seminar to educate you more where, when, how, what to use our survival whistle. The survival whistle will also be used to remove the reintegrated terrorists wearing Nigerian military, police uniform, security, Ebuka Obi, Udogachi, anyone, even those that call themselves ESN. This survival whistle will be used to remove them from our land. Because all they do is kill us. No reintegrated terrorists in Biafra land wearing Nigerian military, police uniform is our friend. All of them, and their agents and their politicians they support, they are our enemies and they must leave our land. Dear friends, I got my survival whistle. This is a sample of my survival whistle. You all can see that. It landed. I'm so happy they sent mine. Those in Biafra land that are in charge of the survival whistle, thank you so much for sending mine. Every Biafran, you must have the survival whistle. Look at it. You can put it in your purse. You can put it in your pocket. It is like your identity. Anytime you're leaving your home, you must carry it. This will save your life. 50 million Biafrans will get this survival whistle free of charge. And from D, I think we're trying to do a special fundraising for our survival whistle. From the manufacturers, I think it's about 0.09 cents. Yeah, about 0.09 cents. And we already have thousands of Biafrans, many Biafrans that are placing orders for the survival whistle for their community. 0.9 cents of dollar. We have wonderful Biafrans. Thanks, people like Sister Olewune, our sports minister, many of them that have played orders for almost over 1,000 whistles for their community. We can do that. So hopefully we will let you know, Biafrans, when we are going to be doing the fundraising to get more whistles. We already ordered about 10 million copies, but we need more. We need at least 50 million of these whistles. And we thank the wonderful company that is helping us to specifically make this survival whistle. It's specially made. There are one or two things in this whistle that you will know about once you receive that. It's not an ordinary whistle. So we thank this company for putting those special marks on this whistle.
Wadaloli neno from Igbo media, boy by Siwene Utano Nyabozi, Dio Kempa, Bastaba Yemen Nigeria, and the NNAMDI teacher na Eastern region, and Uno Kosia Dana Finland, and the Biafran Prime Minister, KCGD, the update and the Yabo Biafran declaration came in Finland, so Yelina Kaya, I know Telu Niva Huko. Kifi Oliku Bastama Kayabo, Chief of Staff Gasi Nidwa Huko, Yanebo Tagasiaka, and the new development on Biafra, of United States of Biafra. So Yabi Feka Isikai, Tiedo no Kono, Why Funchen, then Kono Bastama Kayabi Fe, Guadadin and Kemesia no Munem.